In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show. Stepping up to the microphone is the underground king himself, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
My bad, y'all. I had a little technical difficulty, man. I think it kicked me all the way out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. My bad, y'all. Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain. I'm out here in beautiful Whitehaven, man. Feeling good on this Tuesday afternoon. Kenny Stubblefield, of course, joins me every day here on the Anthony Sain Show, man. We got a very special day today. We're going to do two things today, Kenny. We're going to wrap up one series, and we're going to start another series today, Kenny Stubblefield.
Oh, shit.
We are wrapping up one series today. This is part 4 of the Grizz Nexus event series. Actually, part 0. We're going back in time. We're taking y'all back in time, man. We're taking y'all back in time this particular episode. And then we're starting another series, Kenny. I have a lot of people that I call my friends, that are my acquaintances, people I've met on social media, people I've met in real life. And we're gonna start doing some season preview, off-season recap stuff with different NBA people from around.
I'm excited. Yeah.
From around the interverse, the interwebs, right? I got my guy Kenny Spence is gonna join us today. He covers the Miami Heat. He also is Silence P. Silence on Twitter, an amazing Twitter account to follow. Just a great guy altogether. Super wise guy, man. I talked to him. We did this interview yesterday, and we had a conversation about some things he has coming up. And bro, he's got some. He used to be a podcaster. He's put the podcast on the shelf, but he's got some other content creation that he's working on now. That's about to be amazing. He'll be joining us in the second half of the show. But we will be wrapping up the series that we started about a week or so ago, Kenny Stubblefield, called Grizz Nexus Events. This is part 0 this afternoon. Shout out to the Sain gang, man. Shout out to all y'all. But if you are a Miami Heat fan or you care about the Miami Heat, make sure you stick around for the second segment. Got some good stuff with him. And I'll be bringing some more of my NBA friends in over the next few weeks to keep this series going the entire offseason, as well as something we'll do during the regular season. Well, I'll probably try to find, a matchup of the week, and I'll have somebody on. We'll talk about that once the Grizzly season starts. So let's get into it, man. Hope you guys, first of all, enjoyed the first 3 parts to this series of the Grizz Nexus events. Part 1, Kenny Stubblefield, we talked about the press conference that happened after the 2000. My years are off again. The 2024-25 in-season press conference, right? The in-season exit interview with Zach Kleiman. We talked about that. Go back and check that out.
Yep.
And then the second one, we talked about Ja Morant and Jalloween when Ja had the crazy incident with him and first-year coach Tomas Isolo. And then we went into last week with the bigs, with Jaren and Edie was out, and you had Jaren and Santi that was your main bigs. They were very disappointed to start the season. They got holed out. We called it Holgate. No disrespect to those guys, but it's out there now. It's in the atmosphere now. But we had that incident on top of the fact that Zach Edey came in looking so good.
Right.
And he was looking like what you needed Jaren to be on, even on the defensive end with the shot blocking and the defensive numbers, all those type of things. And so now we're here at Kenny Stubblefield. Zach Kleiman has made his decision to blow this thing up, start a new era here with the Memphis Grizzlies. But I'm going to take y'all back, Kenny Stubblefield. I'm going to take y'all back to 2023-24, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is the correct year. Y'all up for what was going on this particular time. At this particular time, the Grizzlies were fresh off an offseason where they were second in the West again. They got put out in the first round by the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers had something else happen that season involving the Los Angeles Lakers. Kenny, that was the incident, the Shannon Sharp game, right? Where the Grizzlies got into it on the road against the Lakers. Steven Adams got hurt in that game, if I'm not mistaken. It's either him or Brandon Clark or both. It might have been both of them got hurt the same game, but I noticed Steven Adams. If I'm not mistaken, Steven Adams got hurt in that game. No.
He had his hair down in the game. Was he playing? Because I know he came off the bench.
I know it was something about the Phoenix Suns too, but with one of those guys. But anyway, that particular game was a nasty moment in the season. You lost to the Lakers. Yeah, he got hurt the very next game. Yeah, for sure. And you remember Steven Adams also got into it with Shannon Sharp in that game, right?
Right.
So you had that was that season. That was also the Finding the West season, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And of course, we were not finding the West, and we got put out in the first round by a Lakers team that really did not. On paper, a lot of people thought the Grizzlies were going to, get the Lakers out of here. That team, that was before we realized Austin Reeves was good. We didn't really think Rui Hachimura had much to offer. Both of those guys busted our ass. There was also a current Memphis Grizzly, D'Angelo Russell was on that team as well. Was tearing our ass up, busted our ass as well. And
that was the year. James, that was the season. That was the series when Austin Rivers on our court walked down the court saying, "I'm him."
I was like, who is this fucking white boy? And
what is going on?
And you also had something else happened in this series was Dylan Brooks was like, LeBron's old and all those things. LeBron busted his ass. Dylan Brooks didn't have anything to say. And poor Jaren Jackson Jr. had to answer for the antics of these guys in the press conference, right? And so that was the offseason before that. We came also that year, Ja got in trouble with the gun stuff, right?
Right.
And he got in trouble that offseason. And starting off this particular season, Ja, of course, had a 25-game suspension for the second gun incident, right?
Right.
So we were coming to the season. We were second in the West the year before. Also, something very crucial that happened that summer, Kenny Stubblefield. Steven Adams got hurt, right? He got hurt that season. In the middle of that season, before 23-24, he got hurt, right? I'm sorry, 22-23, he got hurt right before the playoffs. And we had Kenneth Lofton on our playoff roster, if y'all remember that. Didn't play a game. All right, so Steven Adams got hurt.
The biggest date. That's the biggest. This is the
also
first year.
Anthony Sain show that offseason, right? Episode 0, as a matter of fact, right? So let me give y'all the protocol of how injuries and surgeries work in the NBA. If a guy gets hurt, a lot of people think that they're under contract to these teams, so they have to oblige to the surgeries, because 99 times out of 100, that's what happens. The guy gets hurt, the team says, okay, we got the surgery set up for you. The guy gets the surgery, and we go on about our merry way. That's only that way because the players are complying to those requests.
Right.
It's not like jury duty. You don't have to get that surgery, right? You're not being drafted. It's not the military. You have to volunteer to get the surgery, even if it's the team surgeon, whatever you do, right? When Steven Adams suffered the injury that he received that season, Steven Adams turned down the surgery. He said, I'm going to use holistic methods for my knee. There are other things out there I can do, rehab, thyme, healing, ice, juices and berries, sage, vinegar, oil and vinegar, apple cider vinegar, all these different things were at Steven Adams. He was using all these methods, right? So when the season started back, the Grizzlies were like, all right, so you're good, right? You used the juices and berries, you used the herbs, you burnt the sage, you did the hocus pocus, you sacrificed to the lambs, you silenced the lambs, you had green eggs and lamb, you had leg of lamb, you did all these things, right? It was still Jesus is the lamb. All these things happened all season with Steven Adams. So the Grizzlies came and said, hey, so Steve-O, you're ready, right? We'll see, mate.
About that,
about that, mate. I'm not ready, mate.
About that, mate.
Right. And we remember the press conference, of course.
Yes.
Steven Adams said,
yes.
Hey, I don't know what they're saying, but I ain't ready. And we saw Steven Adams in the preseason. He was not ready, and the Grizzlies shut him down, and he ended up having surgery that year, right?
Turmeric.
And of course, right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the turmeric, mate. Rub some turmeric on it, mate. Some Dijon mustard, eh?
Like, did he play for Memphis again? Like,
no.
after that? I don't think
he played a preseason. I want to say he might have played one preseason game.
Like a couple of preseason games, right?
Yeah. One. Yeah. I think he just played one. But that was it for Steven Adams. He was done for the year. A surgery that he could have had the offseason before. They would have brought him back a little late in the season maybe, but he was out the entire season.
Right.
Because he didn't do anything. He tried to heal it holistically, and it did not work. So he ended up having the surgery. And that's when I hear Grizzly fans talk about, the Grizzlies. No, bro, that was all Steven Adams, bro. Steven Adams refused to have the surgery. Wanted to try another way that did not work, and then he decided to have the surgery once he realized it. Once he came to camp, not ready to camp, right?
Oh shit, I'm not ready.
Right. So we started that season without Steven Adams. I think Brandon Clark might have been back, or I want to say he might have came later in the year or something like that. But you still had of course, you didn't have Ja. But what you did have, Kenny Stubblefield, was your reigning Defensive Player of the Year in Jaren Jackson Jr. and also Desmond Bane, who was right on the cusp of being an all-star level player. He was always kind of in that conversation in Hunt.
Yep.
I want to say he was averaging over 20 points a game, shooting the ball well from three. Dynamic.
Did he get maxed out? Did he get maxed out after?
I want to say he was fresh. I want to say that he got his contract after that 21-22 season. I want to say this is just going into the season where he did have that max deal.
Yep.
And Kennedy, this is going to be short and sweet.
Yep.
I'm Zach Kleiman. I don't have my best player. He's out with a suspension. I've got an all-star, and I got a defensive player of the year in one man, and I've got a guy who's a 20-point scorer, shoots the ball well from three, can do a lot of things on the court. If anything, he's 1B. He's 2B. That's the worst he is on this team, and that's Desmond Bane. As the caption says at the bottom of the screen, in that 25 games that Ja Morant was out, a team that was second in the West, Kenny Stubblefield, with Ja Morant, was the worst team in the NBA without him.
And looked it.
Looked very much the part.
They looked bad.
Just a testament to how good Ja Morant was when he came back. We started playing really good basketball with that Bam Adebayo. I totally said the wrong name. With not Pascal Siakam, another African who I can't even trying to think.
Bam Adebayo.
He's Wemby's spirit animal, comfort animal at this point. With the Spurs.
Bismack
Biyombo. Like with Ja, we were looking really good, right? And Ja was really going crazy this season. And they were winning like 3 out of every 5 games.
That was when you were saying 60%. 60%.
If they keep going 3 out of 5, they're going to be in the playoffs. Like, and Ja got hurt again. Copy, paste, repeat, whatever, right? But if I'm Zach Kleiman, Kenny Stubblefield, and I look at a situation where my team is this horrible with these two dudes, one is an all-star, one is defensive player of the year, other is a great player that I just paid a shit ton of money to.
I
maxed, and I had people criticizing me, and we stood up for this guy to say, hey, he's that guy. And I want to say this is the year that was the next season. The Dez had a really bad start. That was the next season though. But that would be enough for me, Kenny. That's all. That would be enough for me to start wondering. What do I really have here? Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, we're going back in the past. This was before the press conference. This is a whole year before the press conference that I said started it all. But there was enough of a seed sown where I was like, all right, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't expect us to be a playoff team. I didn't expect us to look like the same team. We've seen teams that have been without their star player and they did okay. You know, they were good for a while. But you want to know a team that did do that, Kenny Stubblefield? It was this Grizzly team when we still had Steven Adams. We still had Dylan Brooks on this team. You had some guys that had some heart, some guys that were doing the dirty work, some guys that would get into a guy's face. But when I stripped those guys away, and these are the two guys that are my leaders on this team now, I saw that I'm a 6-19 team. I see I'm the worst in the NBA. And this is when the For All the Dogs call should have came out. When he should have realized, okay, I stripped away the guys that I thought were the problem, because this is the same year that they got rid of Dylan, right? They got rid of Dylan the summer before. And not saying that keeping Dylan would have changed a lot, but you start realizing, okay, I got rid of what I thought the problem was, but these guys might be the problem. If they don't have the thing that goes TikTok on the way. They got a I need a Rolex, and they got a McDonald's Happy Meal watch going on inside their chest, right? But I need them to have a Rolex. Right? I need them to have the real deal. I don't really know watches. Y'all tell me. I need them to have an Apple Watch Ultra, but they got the free McDonald's joint or the Burger King watch, right? So
Keelan said we couldn't win any games against the top dogs. At that point, we couldn't win games against nobody.
I'm gonna pull up the schedule, man. I'm gonna pull up the schedule real fast. If it starts glitching, I apologize. But let's take a look at that, man. Let's look at who we actually did beat that year. Let me move this down. Yeah, so that particular season, like I said, we finished the season 27-55. You had you won, you lost the first. You played the New Orleans Pelicans open the season. You lost to the Nuggets, lost to the Wizards on the road, lost to the Dallas Mavericks on the road, lost to the Jazz, who were a tanking team. You lost to them. You lost to the Trailblazers in overtime. You won, I want to say the next night, 2 days later against Portland. You lost to Miami. You lost to the Jazz again, another tanking team. Can't stop the field. You beat the Clippers. You lost to the Lakers. You beat the Spurs, who were tanking at the time. You lost to the Celtics. You lost to the Rockets. You lost to the Suns. You lost to the Timberwolves. You beat the Jazz, a tanking team. Jazz. I remember this shit too. You lost to the Jazz, who were tanking.
Yeah.
I mean, you beat the Jazz, who were tanking. You beat the Mavericks. I think you might have been. They might have been taking as well. No, you lost. Yeah, you beat the Mavs. You beat the Suns. You beat the Pistons. I don't know, my shit's slowing down. You lost 5 in a row. That was the last game you won before Ja came back. You lost to the Timberwolves. You lost to the Mavericks. You lost to the Rockets. You lost to the Rockets again. You lost to the Thunder, who weren't quite the Thunder yet. And then Ja came back, and you remember that miraculous game that he had the game winner against New Orleans. Kenny, as a content creator, as a sole proprietor of a business, right? I was hosting watch parties at Hooters. And struggling for people to come. I remember the joy when Ja came back and we had a watch party at Hooters and we won. And my guy Keelan was in the building. Jason Mitchell was in the building. I remember these things, right? But like I said, these two guys were not enough. They just flat out were not enough. And if I were Zach Kleiman, I would have had my words. I would have had my concerns, Kenny Stubblefield. And that's all I got. That's really all I got. That's all I got, man. You know what I mean? And the rest is history. We've seen the rest. But we took y'all back. This is the prequel today, man. I had to take y'all back to the beginning of where the first doubts of where it was, where Zach Kleiman started Googling explosives. How to make a.
He put out an Amazon call. Do y'all have a button that explodes things?
Right. He did what most crazy white men do. They started trying to figure out online how to make their own explosives at the house. If I buy this part from this place, how many different places I have to buy things for so people won't realize
before the feds start to notice?
Right. I'm trying to make a bomb, right? So that was
that feels very targeted right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so that was but that's it, man. That's all I got. The series is not over, man. Go ahead.
Look, the series is now over. We hit the first 3 parts. We got when the seed was planted today in the week 0 or in the episode 0. But we got a brand new squad now. We got a brand new squad with a bunch of brand new guys. And I'm excited to see the leap that some of these dudes are going to take. Shout out to FanDuel, official sportsbook of Bluff City Media and the Anthony Sain Show. We got some most improved player odds right now for some of the Memphis Grizzlies.
This is about to be the easiest $350 ever made in my life. Right here.
Zach Edey plus 3,500. Cedric Coward plus 6,000. Jalen Wells plus 10,000.
When did they hit today? Because that went up this weekend. That was. Yep. Yeah, I didn't see it this weekend.
Zach Edey plus 3,500, bro.
Hey, it's tradition like none other. I'm about to go put $10 on Zach Edey for most improved player right now. It's going to be easy. I hate having them future bets because they be sitting in your thing forever.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, Zach Edey plus 3,500, Cedric Coward plus 6,000, Jalen Wells plus 10,000. You put $10 down on Jalen Wells, you'll get you a rack, man. You know what I'm saying? If he wins most improved player. What would most improved player Jalen Wells look like? He would have to make like a
all defensive team. He'd have to make
No, I'm saying he would have to turn into like Mikal Bridges like right now. He would have to be Mikal Bridges. He would have to turn into like
an OG, maybe an OG type of player. Is that too much?
Let's think about that for real in the chat. I ain't got a lot of time because we got a special guest. We got to wrap up today because we got new show starting today.
The happy hour.
Bluff City Media Happy Hour. You got a commercial? You got an ad for that? You got something to pull up for that?
No, I can pull something up. Yeah, just stay on. It's at 5. It comes on at 5.
That's coming up today at 5 o'clock. Check that out. Rusty Whitten, Francis Carlotta. But yeah, that's Zach Edey. I'm putting something down on there. But what would a most improved player, Jalen Wells, look like? 19 points, 7.5 boards,
16 points per game, all defensive second team. That'd be crazy.
But I mean, typically guys who win most improved player make an all-star team. Like that's almost the way that it's been. That's almost the way it's been. Nikhil Alexander Walker didn't make one though.
Midman says second team all NBA. That's crazy.
Man, that's crazy. Like, he ain't gonna do that.
That's crazy.
He ain't gonna do that shit. It's top 10 in the league. Damn. What would if he were to get most improved player?
A nah type of player.
He would have to.
He would do it. Yeah.
Nah, that ain't happening. He would have to get to. No, that ain't happening. He would have to get to like 20 points a game, and he'd have to be like shooting going crazy from 3, and being known as a crazy ass defender. He would have to take a real leap to do that. Yeah, that's. Hey, if that happens, bro, like,
hey, we're back.
Talk about accelerated timeline. If Jalen Wells turns into that, bro, that'd be fucking nuts, bro, for sure. But nah, man. But he shows some love to some people, man. Shows some love to some people for sure. Get with my guy Reggie Freeman Alexander with Grade A. I'm the best in rodent control for the past 20 years. He's been that dude, man. It's a homegrown business from a born and raised Memphian committed to excellence by applying human and pet-friendly products that are safe and highly efficient to meet your pest control needs. Let Bridget Freeman Alexander take care of any issue you got with pests and rodents. Give him a call, 901-628-4867. That is Grade AP Services at gmail.com. If you're looking for a quality used car, Carway Automotive Group is the way to go, man. They'll get you squared away. A lot of great guys in integrity, man. They're a business, so they're trying to make money. They're trying to make money off of you. But you can trust these guys. They're going to help you make a very educated decision when it comes down to a car. They're not going to get you in a bad loan. Even if you're in a situation where your credit may be bad, those loans typically have, some question marks to them. They're going to try to get you in a situation where you're not being taken advantage of. You can still do your thing at Carway Automotive Group. Get with them. They're located 6154 Summer Avenue. Give them a call, 901-440-8251. Get you a quality used car, man. If you're a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world, I cannot think of a better place to get a pink Beetle, Barbie's official dream car. Matter of fact, they're the only place where you can get Barbie's dream car, the official pink Beetle. That is Carway Automotive Group. If you need to get a haircut, my guy Antonio Jones. I think I'm getting with this brother tomorrow. We ain't got together yet, but I think I'm getting with him tomorrow. It's over 30 years in the Barbie industry. It's a clean, family-friendly environment, natural and enhanced styles of what he does. If you're keeping it 100 or you need a little help from your friends, I got Chris Morse trying to bust me out. I got a little help, man. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Don't worry about this right here, man. Superior grooming for men, women, and children. That's why I got Antonio Jones, man. Hit him up today. Let him know you heard about him on the Anthony Sain show, and you'll get some love on your first haircut. Speaking of love, man, you got to love Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Some exceptionally good chicken, some great cold beer, man. Great service in there as well. It's a great spot for families because of the game room, full bar, TVs for the full family experience. All the food is made in their made from scratch kitchen. Nothing's frozen. All fresh food. All the food is fried in beef tallow instead of oil, which is basically beef grease.
Beef fat.
Greasy ass. But yeah, they got premium southern sides like greens, white beans, macaroni and cheese. They got happy hour drink specials all day Tuesday and Sunday. Hey, today's Tuesday. They got drink specials. Every day from 3 to 6. That is Waldo's Chicken and Beer located 2200 North Germantown Parkway. Give them a call, 901-716-0032. Open Sunday through Thursday from 11 to 9. Friday through Saturday from 11 to 10. We about to take a break. When we come back, my guy, Silas P. Silas, in the building on the Anthony Sain show. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides. Fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
In Memphis, we don't just make memories. We make moments. A Memphis-owned brewery where great beer meets great times. Crafted right here for the city we love. Live music, game days, and events all year long. There's always something happening at Grind City Brewing. Bring your crew, bring your energy, and make every night feel like a celebration. Real beer, real Memphis.
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you think that growing older means slowing down, sleeping poorly, and lacking the motivation to do the things you want to do, then I've got just the spot for you right here in Memphis. At Game Day Men's Health, you're more than just a number. You're a partner in your health journey. From the free hour-long initial consult to comprehensive check-ins along the way, you're in complete control of your health. Offering TRT, weight loss protocols, performance enhancement, and shockwave therapy for musculoskeletal injuries, you can get back to feeling like the younger version of yourself.
At your initial visit, you'll have your blood pressure, PSA, testosterone, hemoglobin, hematocrit, all tested with your results before you leave the clinic. Plus, you have a real conversation with your provider and not just an in and out visit. Game Day can help with muscle pain, joint pain, hair loss, ED, peptides, and more. With 2 convenient locations in the Memphis area, your path to a better life is just minutes away. Call today to schedule your free 101 consultation.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. As I told you guys earlier in the show, had a very special guest doing something different this offseason when it comes down to the Anthony Sain Show. Want to bring on different guests from different NBA markets across the league, across the country. And this brother is not just somebody that I know can talk about the Miami Heat. This is one of my favorite Twitter followers, just period. Just a very smart brother, very intelligent guy, has some very insightful things to say. And he's one of the good guys on Twitter, man. There are a lot of bad people and bad robots and with bad technology and bad AI programming. But this brother is one of the good ones. This is my man, Spence. You can follow him on Twitter at Silas P. Silas. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good, so I rock with it. My guy, Kenny, what's going on with you today, man?
Man, I'm good, man. It's been a minute since I've been on mic and on cam, so I'm glad to have the invite from you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, for sure, man. You are, of course, a great podcaster, great content creator. You told me you got some things, coming soon. I've seen some of your old stuff, some of your greatest hits or whatever. But like I said, you're very good at what you do, man. And I wanted to bring you on today. I know you do cover the Miami Heat. Let's do the easy stuff first, man. Let's talk about your Miami Heat team. Everyone knows that they did the big transaction with Giannis Antetokounmpo, getting him in the offseason, finally getting him out of Milwaukee. I've had my questions. I've had my concerns about Giannis. I'll talk about that as we go on. You guys also acquired Tim Hardaway Jr. Of course, in the Giannis trade, you got Bobby Portis, as well as Simone Fontecchio and Vladislav Golden. Oh, they're pretty good with that. Look at me. Are there any? What's the sneaky move that you guys did outside of the Giannis deal, in your opinion?
The sneaky move is Bobby Portis, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand he has his defensive issues. He may not be the strongest rebounder in the world, but overall with this Heat team, you see the national narrative has been that they really lack shooting. And looking at the roster, I just have to disagree with that. Davion Mitchell was 39.5% from three last season. Andrew Wiggins was over 40%. Tim Hardaway Jr. over 40%. Bobby Portis over 40%. And so they'll be able to stretch the floor along with. So you can have Bobby Portis play with Bam or with Giannis. There's different things Spo can do, and Spo is a very creative coach. He'll figure out ways to things to get done. But but Giannis is just taking up all the attention in that trade, which is completely understandable. He's Giannis. Mm-hmm. But Bobby Portis has been something that the Heat have needed for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree, man. I'm a big fan of his. We love guys that punch people in the face here in Memphis, man.
It's a lot of them in Miami right now.
Yeah. We've had a lot of things that divide us as a fan base, but guys that can fight here in Memphis, it's crazy. Today we got Isaiah Stewart, man. It was the jubilation on Twitter. You would have thought that we got prime LeBron with the way that people were excited about having another tough guy here in Memphis, man. But speaking of tough guys, of course, you guys did pick up Giannis. What was the city, the fan base, and that market's reaction to getting Giannis? It's so different now, man, because back in the day, stuff would happen, and we really didn't know it was happening until the day of. With Twitter and all those things now, there's no suspense to any of these moves that are happening. But what was you guys' reaction when it started feeling like it was real that Giannis was going to be headed to Miami?
Just pure elation, because you got to remember the decision was in 2010, and I don't want to give away too much of what I have coming up, but that's part of it. So I've been doing a lot of research on that. But that's the last time that he really got a superstar. When you think about the Jimmy Butler acquisition, he was a very good all-star. He had some playoff moments, but he wasn't an A-list all-star like a Giannis is. And if you remember, the Heat had been going after those guys for years. You had James Harden deals fall through. You had Kevin Durant deals fall through. Obviously, the Dame Lillard thing fall through. And so for the Heat to finally get something done again and it be a top 3 player in the league when the fan base has been starved of that kind of superstar since 2014 when LeBron left, it's just been pure excitement.
Yeah, a guy that you guys also have on your team, you mentioned him earlier, is Davion Mitchell, a guy who has kind of he kind of reminds me, not of his style of play, but like his career trajectory reminds me a little bit of Mike Conley when he was here. A guy who, of course, he's played for different teams, but Mike was a guy who it took him a while before he ended up being what he was going to be, right? And Davion Mitchell, I know, has been in the league for a while now. He's really caught on with you guys, and he really had a breakout season last year. Do you think there's another level of development with Davion Mitchell with you guys?
Oh, absolutely. And it's interesting I'm on here with you as a Grizzlies fan because obviously we root for different teams, but the teams sort of speak the same language between grit and grind and Heat culture. It's sort of a very similar identity. And so Davion Mitchell, he just hadn't found that landing spot that will work for him. You know what I mean? And so you have this super tough defender in people's jersey every possession. I don't know if you've been following him on social media this summer, but every day he's working out. To work out with Giannis. It's just been this super like Heat culture type thing. And so I kind of figured as soon as that trade would get done and he would be somebody that Eric Spoelstra would be able to get the most out of, and we saw that last season. So now with that under his belt and with his dedication to play with Giannis, and he's been working a lot on his shooting this summer, even though, like I said, he shot 39% last season. I think he is unbiased my way too early pick for most improved player.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of my guys on my list as well. I got a little bias to mine because I've definitely have Zach Edey. He's my choice for it. I'm also looking at Ty Jerome being a guy who could have a huge year, with us as well. But yeah, like I'm definitely looking at. I'm really pulling for Davion Mitchell. I think I like guys who he's defensive minded, old school defender, hard nosed guy, and just working on this game, man. You can tell he's been in the lab. And Cam Boozer, our rookie, was in one of his videos as well, so we were excited to see that for sure. Another guy that I definitely pulled for on that Miami Heat team is Bam Adebayo, right?
Yep.
And Bam got a lot of criticism when he broke the modern day, scoring record or Kobe's record or whatever. It's so crazy how we almost act like Kobe had the scoring record. Like that's not the scoring record, you know what I mean? And like I think it was you that was saying, bro, like y'all are crazy if you think that. No, it wasn't you, but I've seen people, say things like, bro, y'all are crazy if y'all think Wilt didn't score that 100 points, right? But back to the whole Giannis thing, right? Is this you guys first? Because you've had the mega star in LeBron, right? You had Dwayne Wade, you had all these things. Is this your first like major celebrity couple you guys have had with that Miami Heat team? Because I'm normally not the guy who cares about this type of stuff, right? But I'm super enamored by the Bam and Asia situation, man.
Actually, and I hadn't even thought about it until you asked me, but actually it's the second one. So you got to remember it was Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union first.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
So Dwayne and Gabrielle Union first,
sure.
and now it's Bam and Asia. But it's interesting with Bam and Asia because
they're both players. They're both
athletes. Yeah, they're both players. Asia's, I mean, we could call her the GOAT in WNBA already.
Yeah, you might as well just
we might as well just go ahead and give her that. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a different dynamic. And also with Bam, it's interesting because he's the type of player who his superstardom shows on the defensive end of the floor and through disciplined defense. So he's a different type of superstar. And so he doesn't necessarily get the credit on the national level a lot of times that he may deserve. And so it has been a lot more fun to see, in my opinion, because now he's, like I said, he's in that national spotlight in a way that he hadn't been before, but that he had deserved. It's a bit of a strange way to get it, but what works.
Yeah, for sure. When you look at the Pat Riley situation, of course, he's been there for a long time. There was a stop that Pat Riley made that I forgot about. I can't think about what team it was at this point. I know he did you guys. He did the Lakers, of course. It was the Knicks. I totally forgot that he had a run there, right? But with that being said, do you think that because my thing, just being honest, I never bring a guest on and like take shots at their team, right? But to me, other than the fact that I really hate the fact that y'all really ain't been in the NBA too long, but have had some of the best luck in the world, the most fortunate in the world happens to the Miami Heat. I've been hating on y'all forever for that. But when it comes down to Pat Riley, one of my things is I said, okay, it kind of feels like Pat Riley is getting a little bit too old for the game. Like it feels like he's a little bit out of touch. And I think this Giannis thing, of course, bought him some goodwill from their fan base. But is that a proper perception? Because I have kind of my concerns with you guys as far as how y'all went about the offseason. Because I still think that, you guys need a little bit more. And I think that getting Giannis almost felt like pretty much a lateral move. You guys were, I want to say you guys may have been like, what were you, 11th in the – no, what were you last year? You guys were 9th in the – how did you guys finish?
9th, but we lost in the play-in because LaMelo grabbed Bam's ankle and injured him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, y'all did lose. Okay.
But we did win 43 games last season.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But what I was saying is, what is the perception of him amongst the fan base and amongst the media? Are people like, and Pat, we trust still? Is it like, well, Pat, you wouldn't have got Giannis, but man, your decision making is like, is getting kind of long in the tooth. You know what I mean?
So what I've noticed is it's a little bit split based on age, right? So I'm 34 years old, so I remember a little bit of the end of the Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway era, and it's just it's the way Pat Riley runs the team with the Heat culture thing. It is something you need. It is a little outdated at times, but he did recognize that years ago, and he did relinquish some of the power. So Pat Riley isn't the one making decisions unilaterally. It's him, Nick Arison, who is the owner's son, Mickey Arison, the owner, Eric Spoelstra, and Andy Ellisberg, the GM. They all come together and make these decisions. So Pat did recognize that, and he did kind of maneuver in a different way. I will say though, I understand on the surface the Giannis move being lateral because, so Giannis is a great player, but he was injured last season, and we did on the surface, like I said, give up a lot. But Tyler Hero played, I believe, 20-something games last season. Jaime Jaquez Jr. was arguably the best six-man league last year, but he was a six-man. And then Kasper Jakuchonis, he played towards the end of the season, but he was a rookie, kind of trying to find his way into the rotation. And so you replace them with, like I said, a top 3 player in the league. You bring in Bobby Portis also. You bring in Tim Hardaway Jr. And they haven't made any more moves because they're waiting to see what Klay Thompson does. It looks like that may, and from what I've heard from Ethan Skolnick from 5 Reasons Sports, who used to cover the Big Three Heat and really the Heat through the 90s with Sun Sentinel, there's a lot of interest on both ends, and they're both kind of waiting to see what they can do. So they're not done yet, but I will say they're going to shock a lot of people. It's not as much of a lateral move as it may seem on the surface.
Yeah, for sure. Because the front court for sure is going to be devastating. They're going to be extremely hard to deal with. I'm going to tell you my concern. And I got one more serious thing we'll talk about. I'm going to tell you my concern that comes down to the Miami Heat, like my biggest one. And I kind of say this half joking, but this is kind of, this gives all the signs to me, right?
Yeah.
Like I look at Giannis and I look at the way he's handled separating from the Milwaukee team over the last few years. Not saying he particularly had to, because there's some people that are like, why won't he get out of there? But he didn't really show any burning desire to get out of Milwaukee, right? Even though I feel like he handled it professionally, whatever, but it didn't really look like he had any urgency to get out of there. And that team had some pretty rough, seasons the last few years, right? On the outside looking in, I look at this like, man, if I was to say fuck this shit, like Miami would be the city I would want to say fuck this shit in. And I'm not saying he's going to be out there like fuck y'all, but what I'm saying is like, if I'm going to pick a place to be my last destination city where I'm in my career, I've got my championship. I had a very unconventional path to get to where I am in the NBA. One of the wildest stories. I saw the Disney movie, so I saw the real in-depth coverage of his story, right? But like what I'm saying is, it doesn't seem to me like Giannis is as locked in as he was before he got his championship. And I'm not sure that his desire to go to Miami is all strictly based on basketball. It seems like a super dope city to finish the twilight of your career with your beautiful wife and make more babies and do whatever stuff you got going on. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Or is that a unique thought that you think not many people think except for me, or do you think have you heard that take from other people as well?
So I've heard it from other people, and that's one of those things where, so him leaving Milwaukee was, I see why it was difficult, because so looking back on it, ton of people didn't know who Giannis was when Milwaukee drafted him. They hadn't even gotten a physical on him. They fought with the U.S. government to get his family.
Such a wild story, bro.
Yeah. So there was an attachment there that's never going to go away. But him coming to Miami, you got to keep in mind too, it was the Heat that upset the Bucks multiple times when they were championship favorites. Giannis always had admiration for the Heat. Bam is a loved player around him, NBA. And so I definitely see that as one of the destinations for one to want to go to, not just because of the roster that's in place, but not to be cliche, but the culture of the Heat with Pat Riley, and just knowing that, because Giannis wants to win another championship, and he knows the Heat don't, even in their quote unquote tanking years, they're doing everything they can to try to compete for a championship. And so I think it's less about him wanting to go to a great city to retire. I think he just wants a chance to win one more time. But he also has this sort of an ego thing where he's always said he'll never team up with such and such and woo, woo, woo. And so he kind of gets to go to the Heat where you have Bam, who is an elite defender, who can score, but is not your traditional quote-unquote bucket getter. So he can still kind of be the guy and not get the blame for teaming up with other superstars, but he still has a organization he can go to where they're all locked in on this goal to win a championship, and it can be possible because you have a coach like Eric Spoelstra, a team president like Pat Riley, and then you have the Bams and the Davion types, and the not necessarily superstars, but championship type players, quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you think you guys got some other things coming down the line. I personally think that Ja Morant's going to end up with y'all. That Portland shit is not going to work. It's not going to work, bro. And I don't have any problem saying it. Like,
too many guards.
Yeah, it's just too much going on, bro. And it's like, no, that shit ain't happening. He's going to end up with y'all. Y'all are going to get him. I don't know if you old enough to remember the Family Circus comic strips where the little kid had to go across the street and all these roundabout paths to get there. But Ja's gonna end up in Miami. He's either gonna be Miami or Charlotte. Like that Portland's just not gonna work. I just think that was it's gonna be a quick stop there, and he'll be somewhere else by the deadline. But final question for my guy Kenny Spence. Like I said, he's an awesome Twitter account. Follow him on Twitter, on X, whatever y'all call that shit. At Silas P. Silas, my man. Brother, you have a great account because a lot of things you talk about when it comes down to just real world stuff that's going on, whether it's social issues, racial issues, things that affect women, things that affect black people, all these things. I'm with you, brother. I'm like, I'm living through this, brother, right now. I wish I could say it like how that brother just said. It was sounding real good. But let's talk about what's going on in the WNBA, the attacks on the WNBA, the disrespect towards the WNBA, right? How people are using in this political season we're in, just using the WNBA as a not even a platform. It's almost like you're using them like a doormat to just literally to step on to get these just idiotic agendas off, right? And you had a tweet out. I had it in my phone. I'm not sure. I don't want to pull it out and be looking through it right now. But I do this with other guests. But that was my guy, man. That was a special guest. But I'll surmise what your tweet was saying. You were saying that in America, there's about 1% of the there's a 1% of the population considers themselves transgender. And you said of that 1%, I don't want to misquote the number. I want to see you said it might have been 35.
It wasn't. So it's so I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah,
but so 1% of the population in the United States identifies as transgender. I think it's 34% of that 1% identifies as transgender women. And then you break down again how many of those transgender women are even
actually
interested in sports. Right? And then interested in basketball specifically, then interested in playing basketball specifically, and then trying to get to the WNBA, and then actually having a shot at getting into the WNBA. So, and I said, and so I said that to kind of point that out. But at the end of the day, it's all kind of moot because the people who are bringing up this idea of transgender people going into the WNBA, they know these things. They know it's never going to happen. They know other things. Like they know immigrants don't commit nearly as much crime as U.S. citizens. They know Black people are not inherently violent. They know all these things, but
they didn't know that everybody kills their own people. 80% of Black people kill Black people. 80% of white people kill white people. 80% of Hispanics kill Hispanics.
Exactly.
Nobody's driving across town to the suburbs to go kill white people. That's not how this works, bro. You're killing people with where you live. But anyway, man, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the people pushing this thing about transgenders into the WNBA, they're doing that because midterm elections are coming up on November 3rd.
Yeah.
And Republicans just have nothing to run on right now. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time being super political, but
do you, man?
But I mean, you've been to the gas station, you've been to the grocery store, you know what you're paying. That's all Donald Trump. Primary elections for the midterms have been going on all year. Republican voter turnout has been way down because of the job Donald Trump has been doing. And so they need something to activate their fan base. Their
fan base.
It's a
fan base. Yeah.
And since the beginning of the U.S., the right or the conservatives, because you could talk about Democrat, Republican, it's conservative versus liberal, really. Conservatives have always put their own well-being on the back burner for the sake of other people suffering.
Making somebody else's life being terrible.
Yeah, other people suffering. And so with all these things going on with the gas prices, with the unnecessary war, they're looking for something to rile their voter base up. And around every election season, they bring this up, the transgenders in sports. They bring up immigrants. They bring up they just had the hearing with Anthony Fauci, et cetera. They're just trying to do what they can to rile their fan base up without presenting actual policy, because they know that's not going to – they don't have any policy to run on. And they really never have any policy to run on that's going to actually help people. But if you can rile up a voter base of bigots to – and if you've noticed too, the people they're not saying trans women in sports. They're intentionally misgendering. They're saying men trying to enter. Yeah. And it's all intentional. They're just looking to just spread that hate to be able to get people to the polls and vote. And so what we have to do, we just have to make sure we're registered. Like I said, there are early voting. There is early voting happening in some states right now. So I would just say to the listeners as well, just check your early voting dates, because that's those same people who are pushing these transphobic narratives. They're also going to try to rig the elections like they did here in Dallas County with the James Talarico versus Jasmine Crockett primary. They're going to try to do it again. So just make sure y'all go out and vote early.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And just shut the people up, because I promise you, I'm willing to bet money on it. The day after the election, this conference is going to be completely gone, and it's not going to come up again for 2 years. Yeah, just like if you notice, after these last primary elections this past week, the very next day after those elections, Sophie Cunningham said, "Oh, let's just talk about basketball now." And so this is all
to talk about.
So this is all just political theater. And so I would say, I'm not going to tell people to stop arguing online with these people, because it is good for transgender people to know that us straight, or I guess cishet people, are supportive of them. But we do have to make sure we all lock in and vote and make sure we do what matters in November.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because it's definitely bigger than basketball when it comes down to that. And the thing that bothers me the most, man, is that, like you said, they're not saying trans women, they're saying men, right? And we understand that how they were biologically born. But when you're saying those words, it's like you're describing some guy who's sitting at the house drinking a cold or drinking a beer. Oh, let me just go out here and go play basketball. Like, that's not what's going on, bro. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like that, when you say those type of words, it makes you think that somebody has this diabolical plan and say, I'm just going to, like, this is Joanna Man. Like that's not what's going on, bro. And it is really disrespectful. And like I said, we just have to start empathizing with people more, man.
Because if you want to play professional basketball, you're not going to get to the NBA. You can go G League, you can go Euro League. There's leagues in Asia. There's leagues in South America. Mm-hmm. There's so many different things you can do. So again, it's not something that's even possible or anyone would even think to do. And truth be told, if I don't even want to say their names, but if Ennis Cantor or Royce White want to do the hormone treatment and take the hormone test so they can be eligible for the WNBA into the draft, then
knock yourself out.
Go right ahead. But we all know that's not going to happen because that's not the point of it. The point is just to spread hatred and to make themselves feel better or stronger than they actually are.
Yeah, because they're just a bunch of weak motherfuckers at the end of the day. Yeah, and it's so crazy, man. Like, real fast, I'm going to get you out of here, but like, the young lady in France that was born, they found the most brolic picture of this lady they could find, and they go, oh, she's scoring 20 points a game, and look out WNBA. I did my own research, right? And I was like, okay, this young lady is playing in the secondary league. She's not even playing in the top league in France. And I said, has anybody ever been drafted from this league? No. No one has ever been taken directly from that league. That's a stepping stone league for young prospects to come through, and then they cut their teeth in the bigger league, and then they go to the WBA. And the names that were even there, I wasn't familiar with the ladies that actually got drafted from the top league, right? Then I asked the $1 million question, okay, how old is this lady? They said she's 34 years old. I'm like, bro, why are we doing this, bro? Like, why are we doing this to her? You know what I mean? Like, she didn't ask for this, man. She's playing basically some type of developmental league, and she's probably too old to be doing that. And then, like I said, like, why do this? Like, why ask her this? Oh, do you have WNBA dreams? It's crazy, bro. It's so nasty. And so freaking nasty.
And also, too, I think we also have to keep in mind, WNBA players do actually play against NBA players all the time and pick up. So they play against these men all the time and pick up. And there is also, under this guise of quote unquote protecting women, there also is a bit of disrespect in their competitive nature too. And we've seen that with Caitlin Clark with all the coddling and stuff. These women want to hoop. They're not backing down from, like, okay, because the example people use is Joel Embiid for some reason. Let Joel Embiid go in there. Those women are not backing down. You know what I mean? And so I think if we're gonna talk about protecting those women, which also these people had nothing to say about Rickea Jackson, they had nothing to say about Angel Reese, they had nothing to say about Chelsea Gray receiving death threats, Kennedy Carter receiving death threats. It's all just a farce. But if we are gonna go under this guise of quote unquote protecting women, we can at least respect these women enough to respect their game and their competitive nature. They're not scared of anybody coming into the WNBA.
Yeah, for sure. Because they didn't do all this about when DEI procedures were taken out, they protect women.
Exactly.
And Title IX sports taking a dive. Like they ain't got nothing to say about none of this stuff.
Nothing at all.
But Ken, I'm glad people like you do have things to say about all those type of things, brother. I thank you so much for coming on the show. This is my man Kenny Spence, man. Follow him on Twitter. At Silas P. Silas, man. Follow him on Twitter. A great follower, a great guy. You can talk Miami Heat with him. You can talk real life with him. This is my guy. We're about to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be more than Anthony Sain show. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
In Memphis, we don't just make memories. We make moments. A Memphis-owned brewery where great beer meets great times. Crafted right here for the city we love. Live music, game days, and events all year long. There's always something happening at Grind City Brewing. Bring your crew, bring your energy, and make every night feel like a celebration. Real beer, real Memphis.
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you think that growing older means slowing down, sleeping poorly, and lacking the motivation to do the things you want to do, then I've got just the spot for you right here in Memphis. At Game Day Men's Health, you're more than just a number. You're a partner in your health journey. From the free hour-long initial consult to comprehensive check-ins along the way, you're in complete control of your health. Offering TRT, weight loss protocols, performance enhancement, and shockwave therapy for musculoskeletal injuries, you can get back to feeling like the younger version of yourself.
At your initial visit, you'll have your blood pressure, PSA, testosterone, hemoglobin, hematocrit, all tested with your results before you leave the clinic. Plus, you have a real conversation with your provider and not just an in and out visit. Game Day can help with muscle pain, joint pain, hair loss, ED, peptides, and more. With 2 convenient locations in the Memphis area, your path to a better life is just minutes away. Call today to schedule your free 101 consultation.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show, man. Shout out to my guy, Spence. Great, super dope dude. He covers the Miami Heat, man. He's got some real life stuff to talk about as well, as y'all noticed. He has a new handle. His new Twitter handle is @KennyHistoric. He changed it last night. He told me, he was like, yeah, it's gonna be something else soon. I didn't know he meant like today. But anyway, that's my guy, Kenny Spence. Go back and follow him, man. Also, guys, show some love to the good people at Puppy Dreams, man. Puppy Dreams, where puppies make life better. Out there in Germantown Parkway. Give them a call, 901-763-8523. They got actual puppies in a recently remodeled showroom to choose from and get to know before purchasing. Full service grooming salon inside. They got a 1-year warranty with financing available. All their puppies come with USDA certified breeders. That is Puppy Dreams Memphis. Also, Skin and Beard's awesome product. I use it. Kenny used to use it. I got bro, I just saw you the other day and I ain't getting that shit. God damn. It's Skin and Beard, man. It's a 2-part set. It's a sugar scrub and a beard oil. Leaves your skin and beard extremely touchable and incredibly soft. It's a silken set for your head, face, and beard. It's available now on BraidJoy.com. Use the promo code SAINSHOW for 15% off. That is Skin and Beard by BraidJoy. Paradise Cafe, such an awesome lunch experience. You can go to them every day, Monday through Saturday. They're open from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every day, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 901-821-9600. They got personal customer service experience as well. They make you're gonna feel like family because they're gonna treat you like family. They're a true East Memphis institution out there in the Regalia Shopping Center. It's a family-owned, operated restaurant since 2001. They get hand-picked fruits and veggies every day. to make sure that you have quality food that is very consistent as possible. That is Paradise Cafe. Get with them. ParadiseCafeMemphis.com is the website. 6150 Poplar Avenue out here in Memphis, Tennessee in the Regalia Center. Also, for y'all freaky ass, man, as we get ready to get up out of here, showing some love to my guy Rusty Witten, my guy Francis Carlotta. Make sure y'all go by Adam and Eve, man. I know Rusty, who's a this my guy. This is my man. I know you're probably seeing him in this joint, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking to put the spark back into your love life, well, look no further. Adam and Eve Memphis is the place. They got what you need to reignite the flame. The upscale store offers products for men, women, and couples. Shop locally. 2382 North Germantown Parkway and start your adventure. Memphis Adam and Eve stores.com. Hey, Rusty, we need you to pull up on Adam and Eve and do a review, man, for us. You know what I'm saying? My man. If anybody can do the part, play the part, it can be my man, Rusty Witten, man. But that's it for the Anthony Sain Show. Slide on over, man. We're going to throw the assist to my guy, the Magic Johnson style assist to my guy, Rusty and Francis. It's a new era with Bluff City Media, man. Hey, the happy hour coming up next. We'll see y'all. For Kenny Stubblefield, this is Anthony Sain. Shout out to our special guest, Kenny Spence. Stick around, man. It's going down. It's going down. See y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for watching The Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.